This is lesson 4-6. In this lesson, we will learn how to solve quadratic equations by finding square roots, and then we'll learn how to solve quadratic equations by completing the square. First off, we'll learn how to solve by finding square roots. What you see here is a quadratic equation. You know it's quadratic because you have an x squared on it. To begin to solve this, you start solving it as you would a linear equation. We're trying to isolate the variable, so we would subtract 10 on each side. Whatever you do on the left, you have to do on the right to keep your equation balanced. And then we'll divide by 4 because we're trying to isolate the x. So we get x squared equals 9. We have now isolated the x squared, but we want to know what x is. So we take the square root on each side, and we get x equals 3 because 3 times 3 is 9. But we get a second answer because negative 3 times negative 3 is also 9, so we get two solutions, plus or minus 3. Similarly, you can do example B. Here's another example that we're going to solve by taking square roots, but this one looks different. We cannot solve this by doing the same steps as we would for a linear equation. So we start by noticing that this trinomial is a perfect square trinomial because x squared is a perfect square and its square root is x. 4 is a perfect square and its square root is 2. X times 2 is 4. If we double it, we get our middle term here. So this is a perfect square trinomial, and it factors as x plus 2 quantity squared. So we're trying to solve this equation, trying to isolate the variable. So what we would do is take the square root. That'll eliminate the squared part of this factoring. So we have x plus 2 equals plus or minus 5. Then we subtract 2 on each side, and we get x equals positive 5 minus 2 is 3, and negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7. So you get two different solutions. And you can try this second example. Next, we would like to solve an equation such as these two. In order to do this, we're going to have to complete the square. So in the next video, I will show you how to complete the square so that we can solve an equation like this.